Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show. I am Kyle. I'm the editorial director at Laughing Place, and joining me today is Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hello. I totally forgot that we got that new disco beat.
It's supposed to be temporary,
Beautiful.
and it's also supposed to be like 80s synths. No, not so much disco, but
Yeah. Well, Geo thinks it's disco. He said, "Welcome
okay.
to the disco."
Well, if Geo says,
And let's say good morning to some other people. Genie
let's do
plus
it.
plus, Geo also saying good morning.
We'll get there.
Yeah. And be a cool kid and hit the thumbs up.
Great advice.
You wanna.
Great advice. Yes, thank you, Nikki B. Thank you, everybody. Let's get started the same way we do every one of these shows. So when I last did the morning show with Doobie, whenever that was, the stock price was at $109.96. Today, let's take a look. $112.44. Let's give it a refresh even. See if it goes even higher. No, it went down a penny. But yeah, it's up for the day, up significantly for the day.
The last time I paid attention to this, it was like in the 80s. So this is quite the jump up.
Yeah, it's been volatile, as they say. But speaking of volatile, let's get to the weather. Here's Ethan.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. But there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking. But I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will be mostly sunny today and reach 75 degrees. At Walt Disney World, they're experiencing a 90-degree high that feels more like 99. On top of that, thunderstorms are expected this afternoon before a cloudy, muggy night. Castaway Cay will be and feel like 83 today. Meanwhile, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will feel like 91 today despite actually being just 84. Some showers are on the radar at Disneyland Paris tonight, but they should clear soon, leaving temps in the mid-60s. Tokyo will be partly to mostly cloudy tomorrow. Temperature-wise, they'll only hit 73. Shanghai will be overcast tomorrow and will warm to a high of 75 degrees. Finally, Hong Kong will be rainy again tomorrow. Nevertheless, the 81-degree high will feel like 87. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Patreon subscribers should definitely get to see Luke's reactions to all of these bumpers. But anyway, we have breaking news, Luke. We have brand new posters, plural. That's right. I'm not going to hit the button each time, but we do get some posters. Elio tickets, or Elio, is now on sale at your local cinema. And as they tend to do, they've released new posters for all of these special formats. So here's the 4DX one, Fandango. That one
like
is
that one.
Yeah, leader in the clubhouse so far. Real D 3D.
Pretty good.
D-Box. I guess that's a thing. Early access screenings on June 18th. I guess that's news. TIL. And Dolby with the fireflies making the Dolby sign.
That's cute.
It is cute. I think that might be all. Yeah, it is the end of that. But we also got a new trailer as well. We're not going to watch it, but it's fairly similar to the other one. This is the final trailer. So yeah, theaters June 20th. It sounds like they'll have special ones on June 18th. And you can buy your tickets now. I also look forward to all of I haven't seen any yet. I was checking before the show to see if the different theater chains are talking about the popcorn buckets and sippers and stuff that they'll be releasing, but no word on that yet. But we'll keep you updated.
Do you happen to know if it's releasing in IMAX?
I didn't see an IMAX poster, but that doesn't mean that it's not. I mean, there might be. I don't know what I'd have to look at what else is coming out, but there's probably something that's.
Yeah, Mission Impossible just came out, and I'm sure that's in IMAX. But
yeah, but that's a month away.
Still decent amount of time to go. If only Tony were here, I'm sure he would have that information right at the top
I
of
can
his
tell
head.
it's going to be playing at the world famous El Capitan because we got an email from them about their offerings. So.
It sure will.
But we're going to move over to Walt Disney World and talk about Cool Kid Summer.
There's so much stuff going on at Cool Kid Summer at Walt Disney World. We have individual articles and some video kind of breaking down what's going on, but here we can specifically talk about the Magic Kingdom stuff because we haven't made it over there just yet, although Jeremiah is there now, and I'm sure we'll be getting us some of this stuff. But Magic Kingdom's got some fun stuff going on over at the Big Top and Storybook Circus.
With that part of the video for you.
Yeah, with a DJ ringmaster
Just
doing a summertime dance party. They've got some jugglers there riding on a unicycle. There's even a lady walking around in stilts. So some fun in kind of the back corner of Storybook Circus, bringing that area to life a little bit more.
Making it into a
usually
circus.
There's usually not too much going on over there. So this seems like a kind of given thing to do.
I have it on good authority that there may even be a flying elephant. If you look close, maybe several flying elephants, maybe going in circles.
And then I think, are we getting to? Yeah, we'll talk a bit about the stuff at Epcot and.
I'd have to rewind for that, but yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. You want to talk about that right now?
Let's do that. Well, yeah, we'll jump ahead to that. That's fine.
Because I don't know if I saw it on there.
Well, it probably wasn't published yet, but
yeah, or I'm just.
You're good. Tee it up, and I will find it.
But yeah, so over at Epcot, as Gio was alluding to a little bit earlier, we've got Goofy Core, which is a replacement, or not replacement, but it is the latest overlay installation to come into Communicore Hall, which is that kind of flex space that they built a couple of years ago. And it looks like it's themed to be like a kind of like a board game, and there's a lot of different games going on throughout. So there's a DJ in the middle, and they're kind of they'll do like this big game with a tent type thing where you like go underneath it.
It's called a parachute, Luke.
Is that what it's called?
He didn't go to elementary school in this country. It's okay.
I did 1 year in elementary school in this country. So yeah, I mean, it looks cute. It definitely it will be a nice way for the youngsters to enjoy the summer and kind of get out of the heat and have some fun. But it does look like it's gonna there's not much else to it other than that. You kind of sit off to the side there, but
it's fun for a few minutes, but to like cool off or whatever. But it is kind of, I'd be so mad if I took my kid to Walt Disney World, spend all this money, and they want to go be in PE class.
Yeah. And there's no way to escape it either. Like if you're walking in there, you're gonna be part of it, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of space for it.
Yep. Here's the. Sometimes you put balls on the top and you make them blow. Yeah, it was the best part of PE, but it's
yeah. But I don't know if that's
actually.
The best
do you watch
Evan
Elementary?
No, I don't.
Oh, they did a whole bit about the parachute being like exciting. Anyway,
gotcha.
So yeah, that's Goof. We want to call it GoofCot, but it's Goof Core. Wow, that did not go well. That was a failed attempt.
GoofCot, best of friends forever.
So
while we're at it, let's just talk about the Hollywood Studios thing, because it's pretty much the same thing as Goofy Core, but just inside Disney Junior. You get to dance and have some fun with some Disney characters, some Disney Junior friends. So Doc McStuffins is in there, Mickey in his Roadster Racers outfit, the terrifying Fancy Nancy. And
do you think Fancy Nancy looks like Heat Miser?
I can see it.
Do you have a photo of her in here? Of course not.
There is one. She's kind of in the background of the Mickey one, I think.
Okay. We're gonna find this together.
Which I think is right at the top.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, back there. I can't zoom in. Give me 1 second.
But yes, also during the Get Animated area of located in the animation courtyard. So there's some arts and crafts available that you can do. They've kind of repainted the whole back area of the show as well. So Kyle, I am assuming, is dealing with his wonderful dog. So yeah, we've got some fun stuff going on. There's you can grab a fan as well that is you can color in and will be very useful to you during the heat. So yeah, lots of fun. There's jugglers. There's some snacks that you can enjoy as well. So definitely, just like a Goofy Core, a fun, nice diversion for the youngsters, but maybe not much in it for anyone over the age of like 6.
Cool. Sorry about that. My dog was making weird noises. Needed to make sure she was okay, and she seems to be. But if you're looking for a way to find everything that's happening at Cool Kid Summer, they have these handy dandy guides that will highlight all of the different activities and the different areas, including some of the characters that you can encounter. Some of the ones are there all the time, but some of the special offerings are listed as well. So yeah, just fun little guide.
Yeah, definitely a good way to highlight things for families.
And let's move on to another part that's launching with Cool Kid Summer, but is for more people of all ages. And first of those being the new show Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. This officially premieres today. We got a preview of it yesterday, and Jeremiah got a chance to see it. There's a full video, not on our YouTube yet, on our Twitter, because YouTube again blocked it. According to Jeremiah, there's 85 different villains that you'll be able to spot, mostly on the screens and stuff, but it focuses on just 3 core villains, those being Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, and Captain Hook, and you get to vote for which you think was treated the most unfairly. And so yeah, he enjoyed it. We'll talk about his review in a little bit, but that is one of 2 shows.
Is it like an American Idol experience type thing where you have that? Like,
I don't think it's that elaborate.
Press the button for it.
I would love to know. We'll have to ask him next time we talk to him. But that's one of 2 shows opening at Hollywood Studios. The other being an update to The Little Mermaid, Luke.
Yeah, so our second show is The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, which I haven't seen the show or the video of the show yet, because I'd like to wait to see it in person myself. But it does look to be very similar to the old Voyage of the Little Mermaid. It kind of just has taken the beats that have worked from that, added a few new scenes like the Kiss the Girl scene that you can see here in the photo. And then also upgrading some of the technology in, so there's no more like crazy 80s lasers in the show, which is a little disappointing because that was kind of fun. But instead now you have a lot of projection effects, some 2D and 3D animation that's been specifically created for the show. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And as Gio so wonderfully brought up, if somebody wants to book a trip for Cool Kid Summer, where might they go, Kyle?
They could go to, I guess this is going to be a scrolling banner, mousefantravel.com/laughing place. I'm actually going to take it off the ticker so you can see it even better. There we go.
There it goes.
Doesn't cost you anything extra, and they can help you save money because they have all the coupon codes that apply to your travel. So make sure to give them a call. Let them know Laughing Place sent you. But speaking of money, Stitch made quite a bit of money this weekend. It broke the Memorial Day weekend, shattered even, with the 4-day total domestically of 183 million. It beat the previous record holder, which is Top Gun Maverick, which is kind of funny because that's a Tom Cruise movie. And it also beat out Mission Impossible this week. Worldwide for the 4 days, 341 million. So it is well on its way to being a huge hit. So
That's kind of impressive that it beat out Mission Impossible,
I think it
because
doubled it up or something like that. It was
that's
for a while.
very surprising. I'm not a Mission Impossible fan, but I know that it clearly is a very popular franchise.
Yeah. Well, something that was not very popular was the
Yeah.
music box music in the
Yeah.
Esplanade at Disneyland.
And I can attest to this because I was at Disneyland last week, and hearing the music box video music was nice at night, but during the day it just kind of was like, all right, I'm getting sleepy, and I need to be pumped up to go into Disneyland. I don't want to be sleepy. So they have now replaced it with a over 2-hour long loop that features a whole lot of Disney songs, a lot of songs from Disneyland's history. So you can hear things like Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, songs from the new Disneyland 70th album, so like Celebrate Happy by the Jonas Brothers, and then some classic Disney songs like Hi Diddly Dee from Pinocchio, If I Didn't Have You from Monsters Inc. So it kind of goes all over the place, and I think that this is a little bit more of a well-balanced way.
Well, it's an easy replacement if you just make a playlist.
Yeah.
Which a lot of BGM is. I'm just saying it's not.
Supposedly, the music box music is still playing like right at the end of the night. So like at like 10, 11 o'clock, they'll switch it over for when everybody's walking out. So I think that's a nice comparison.
All right.
Or compromise, rather.
I figured that's what you meant, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
sure. I wasn't going to correct you. I don't need to be mean all the time. We got some news out of Texas and Disney Cruise Line, where apparently starting in 2027, the Disney Cruise Line will be sailing year-round out of Galveston. Obviously, the cruise line has ships going from there before. I think even next year, it's either Marvel or Pixar is going to be going out of there. And they're expanding as cruise line is expanding. They're going to have more ships. And so sounds like the Magic will be spending more time in Galveston starting in 2027.
Although the ship on the screen will not be there. That will be over in Singapore.
Yeah. Because, they're all the same ship. What are you talking about?
They do look very similar, at least from an aesthetic point of view.
They got the same colors and everything.
Yeah.
It's all the same. I'm going to be logging into my Disney Plus account right now so that we can check the Disney Plus top 10, as we tend to do on, usually Mondays. But today is Tuesday, but it was a holiday yesterday. So I kind of forgot. Now I got to think of my password. I'm sure you're all riveted by this. I apologize. But all right, let's get to the Disney Plus top 10 after I select my. All right, here we go. First up, we have Lilo and Stitch appropriately in the number 1 spot, followed by Stitch Has a Glitch, Stitch the movie, Devil Wears Prada. We just talked about how
the number 4. That's just so random in there.
Well, as I was about to say, they just announced a date for the release of Devil Wears Prada 2, so maybe people are like, oh yeah, I like that movie. Fair. Let me dive back in. So people are prepping there. Mufasa the Lion King at number 5, revisiting past live action remakes as they enjoyed Lilo and Stitch so much. Rogue One, which I still have not seen, but I did watch a significant amount of Andor over the holiday weekend. Leroy and Stitch, followed by Andor. Elephant and the Chipmunks, which is a Disney movie, at least. It's not, what was the other one that was kept popping up in there?
I don't remember.
I already forgot. Kung Fu Panda. And then A New Hope, Star Wars. So there you go. There's your Disney Plus top 10.
At least when you finish Andor, you can kind of just go straight into Rogue One, and it'll just feel like...
I thought about that. I'm like the only person watching it chronologically.
It'll just feel like another arc of Andor.
There we go.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And I would say, and speaking of abysmal, but not abysmal, as promised, Jeremiah wrote reviews of the 2 new shows at Walt Disney World. So his headline for this is Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. He says it's a fun and interactive addition to Disney's Hollywood studios. And his final paragraph, in my opinion, Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After is a must-see show at Disney's Hollywood Studios. With its catchy numbers, stunning visuals, and all-around fun, it's sure to become one of those offerings that everyone is talking about. Whether you're a lifelong Disney villain fan, or have an open enough mind to hear their side of the story, it's a show I'm sure you'll find enjoyable. So there you go. Sounds like he liked it. And then also he got a chance to see the new Little Mermaid show. His headline, The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, is a fantastic update to the classic Disney show. And his final paragraph, overall, The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, is a fantastic update to the show that had grown a bit outdated when it was originally retired. Even with the infusion of new technology, it never loses the charm and whimsy that made the previous iteration a guest favorite. Whether you're never mind, I'm not going to read that last one. And that was reviews. So let's go to
And the rest.
First up, Coco Melon, a popular young children's show which has been on Netflix, is coming to Disney Plus. Not immediately, not until January 2027, but it sounds like ratings have been down a bit. Netflix declined to renew the contract for licensing, and so it's going to be headed to Disney Plus. So Bluey and Coco Melon together, joining forces, I think we can revive this brand. What do you think?
The baby at the front looks a little terrifying.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Bluey, I'm sure, but still a big deal, I think. And then speaking of Andor, if you go over to, there was a recent Paley event where Stephen Colbert of The Late Show sat down with Tony Gilroy, the director or showrunner for Andor, and Diego Luna, who plays Andor. And now they've uploaded that entire conversation to their YouTube channel. So you can watch that for yourself and enjoy. I will probably do that once I finish the series. And I'm still in... How many episodes? Are there 12 episodes in each season?
There's 12, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm halfway through season 1, so I'll get there one day.
I think season 1 is quite a slow build, but it gets better, and I like season 2 a lot more. So,
cool.
You're on the up and up.
All right.
We got a lot of stuff going on around LP today. And first among those is the founders of Laughing Place, the Mosleys, headed to Aulani, the Disney resort in Ko'olina, Hawaii, for the latest edition of Laughing Place on Location, where they checked out all of the stuff that the resort has to offer involving Stitch in honor of the release of Lilo and Stitch, and then also checking out the resort itself, which is really just stunningly beautiful. That lazy river looks wonderful. I would love to hop in there at some point in my life. But yeah, it's great. So check out the latest edition of Laughing Place on Location, and also check out all previous editions of Laughing Place on Location and future ones. They come out Sundays at 7 a.m. Pacific.
That's great advice. And speaking of the Mosleys, they went from Hawaii to Anaheim, where they met up with Benji and Alex, and they got to enjoy D23 Day at Angel Stadium, where Stitch just happened to be there and took over some different aspects, including making appearance. There was a 7th inning stretch selection. I don't know which ended up winning. I hope it was Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. It could have been Hound Dog. We don't know. We'll never know. Oh, he's nodding. Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. Okay.
So we do know, actually. That was quite the quick answer.
Yeah. And yeah, so there is also some fun stuff from Lilo and Stitch on display, and you can check out all of that coverage on, can you believe it, Laughing Place. We have plenty more. Marshall did a piece over the weekend where he asked some of the LP staffers, including myself and Rebecca and Mike, and he did one, talking about Disney records if you were on a desert island. What's the album you couldn't live without? And I shared one that is out of print, so I'm the only one that is not embedded that you can listen to. But I chose the 2008 edition of the official album of Disneyland because that's the one that I owned. So I had to shout out that one. But you can find out the other picks in our article. Then tomorrow, as you might know, is Savannah Bananas Day at the Disneyland Resort. And so ahead of that, Mac wrote a Banana Ball 101 article looking at everything you need to know about the Savannah. Why are they Savannah Bananas, first of all, and how the game works. You can watch the games on ESPN as well as Disney Plus. So if you've ever wondered about what all this hype about the Savannah Bananas is, this will help answer that for you. Also, every week, our own Bill Gausel does a article called our series called Touchstone and Beyond, where he looks at films from the Touchstone canon and some of the other auxiliary Disney studios like Hollywood. And I wanted to mention this one in particular because this movie is 20 years old, and that blows my mind because I remember it coming out when I was working at the movie theater. But A Lot Like Love, Amanda Peet, Ashton Kutcher, you can read a retrospective, and he said it was actually really good. I never saw it. I don't remember anything about this movie other than the poster. Walking down the hall, sweeping popcorn in front of it, probably. But yes, you can check out his retrospective Touchdown Beyond last Sunday and every Sunday.
Don't know if I've ever heard the name Amanda Peet before.
You should probably get on that. She's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But you were probably too busy watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who time. We had the penultimate episode of the season this past weekend called Wish World, and you can check out my recap of the episode on laughingplace.com. Very WandaVision-esque episode, kind of set in a reality that's been dreamt up by a baby god. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot of threads to hopefully get answers to in the 65-minute finale, which comes out this Saturday. So be sure to check out my review and recap of that, which should be dropping at some point on Saturday.
Very nice.
The fun stuff.
Well, we have a short edition of what I like to call Barely Barely before we have real Barely Necessities later today. First of all, Jeremiah was at the Disney Ever After store at Disney Springs and spotted a bunch of merchandise featuring Donald's butt. So you can have this little keychain.
All we've ever wanted.
Yeah, lots of Donald butts. If you're, I guess, probably inspired by PhilharMagic, but maybe just inspired by Donald's butt. So you could go and check that out. I haven't seen it on Disney Store or anything yet, but maybe it'll pop up there in the future. But we're back to Doctor Who.
Oh, we sure are. So Doctor Who has a new collaboration with Barbie, creating dolls of the 15th Doctor as played by Ncuti Gatwa and Ruby Sunday as played by Millie Gibson. I was going to say Millie Gibson as played by Ruby Sunday, but that is wrong. So these are now available to pre-order from Mattel Creations and will be available at Target, Walmart, and Amazon in late July. And there's a fun video as well that we included in our post of Ncuti Gatwa reacting to his own doll, which was something of a dream come true for him. So a very cute moment.
Very nice. What about the other companion?
Yeah, I'm guessing that this has just been in development for longer and hasn't made it to that point yet. Because I mean, Ruby was the main companion for last season, but she still is in this season a little bit. So, I'll take it. It makes sense.
Well, do we have any comments to catch up on before we get to?
Gio said that it was a very interesting episode. To which I agree. Interesting was definitely the right term. And then just to confirm, there is no trivia tonight for anyone asking. No Disney trivia live tonight, unfortunately.
Good to know. Well, speaking of Doobie, this is stolen from him. He left it on the sheet from the other day, so we're going to watch this together. Let's see how it goes. Yes, even the princesses need to evacuate when the fire alarm goes off. Now you know.
Safety begins with me.
I'm gonna find this button. I swear. All right, Luke. Are you ready? It's a pretty decent day, as you
All
can
right.
imagine, being around Memorial Day, a
Yeah.
big summer kickoff. On this day in 1911,
Ugh.
someone was born. His Disney credits include The Great Mouse Detective and a little ride I like to call Phantom Manor.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price.
Vincent
Would you have gotten it if I
Price.
didn't mention Phantom Manor?
I would have gotten it actually. I was going there.
Nice. On this day in 1971, an actor who is in the Star Wars universe, he is a voice in the MCU, and later, more than a voice in the MCU.
Was a voice in the MCU, and now is more than a voice in the MCU.
And was in a Star Wars movie that you probably forgot about.
Well then, ooh. I'm guessing we're thinking like Solo.
Yeah.
So, is it? The guy that plays Vision.
Yeah, Paul Bettany, voice of Vision, or is Vision, and was
The AI
Jarvis.
Yes.
Like, what is it called? There's been so many now. And yes, he is Dryden Voss. Is that the name in Solo?
I think that sounds right.
On this day in 1973, an actor was born. He is in 2 Wreck-It Ralph films, and but he's more well known for a sitcom that was not on ABC.
Oh, Jack McBride.
Jack McBrayer, yes.
I'm sorry, McBrayer.
Felix Jr. And this day in 1992, a new hotel opened at what was then Euro Disney.
Oh, a new hotel. Is it Davy Crockett Ranch?
No, but you're kind of thematically on the right.
Sequoia Lodge?
Sequoia Lodge, yeah.
I
Apparently
did not
opened
know
a
it
little bit
opened.
later than the resort itself.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
No air conditioning. Good luck with that.
Oh, yeah.
On this day in 2011, a parade opened at Disneyland.
Oh, that's sensational. And I can't believe that's 14 years ago.
Yeah. We're old, Luke. Get over it.
Yeah.
On this day in 2016, a movie opened a sequel to a live action remake. There's not very many of those. So
Is it the second Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
They're both fine.
Remember it being okay.
On the same day in 2016, a new something opened at Disney California Adventure.
A new something.
A new something. A
Somewhere
something
around
that
the
has
world?
since closed.
No? Okay. Something that has since closed.
And left a giant empty space in the park.
Left a giant empty space in the park. Well, it's not the Maliboomer, because that's way too early. Or way too late for that.
Right.
Frozen live at the Hyperion.
Frozen live at the Hyperion. Yes.
Yes.
Very good. You got through my tricky tricks. And 2 more. Both very easy. This day, 2017, Walt Disney World. Something open. Something big.
Oh, Pandora.
Pandora, the world of Avatar.
I was there.
On the other coast, something else opened at DCA.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
That's
I
right.
specifically remember those opening on the same day.
The big Zoe Saldana day. When attractions that based on movies that she's in opened on both coasts. One a land and one a re-theme. Good job.
A great day for attractions, because I enjoy all 3 of those.
Well, thank you very much for joining us for this edition of the Disney Morning Show. We have a walk and talk later today. We're at Epcot.
No, Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. We're at
Magic Kingdom today for Cool Kids Summer at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific.
All right. And then also we'll have Barely Necessities today at 4 p.m. Pacific. Right? Yes. So maybe I'll see you again then.
And there's also, we've got a lot of walk and talks coming up this week. We'll be at Animal Kingdom on Thursday with Jeremiah, and then Epcot on Friday with Tony. So
all right. So yeah, make sure you ring the bell, subscribe, you know exactly when we go live, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye, everybody.